Today is the first day of the quarterfinals of the World Championships happening in Denmark. And the first three quarters are done. So we're going to look at some results. The fourth segment is about to get started. So let's start here with some results. So this is the Bermuda Bowl. So Italy, who won the round robin, has a pretty good lead on Belgium, who's kind of the biggest surprise making the top eight here. USA won, which is the team that won four-handed with Kaplan and Finn and Grossack and Eddie Wold, and then they added Hurd and Bathurst. They got a good lead on England. It looks like England picked up 20 in the last set. USA 1 had a big second set, 61-17. Switzerland, which is one of the favorites, but Sweden's also a favorite. They have a very good team. But they have a substantial lead. And then USA 2 is losing to Denmark. That's the Rosenthal team. Denmark has a very good team as well. In the seniors, the Dorsey Trophy, the two USA teams won the round robin by a lot, and they seem to be beating up on their opponents here. Poland, Australia is pretty close. Sweden, France is quite close. In the mixed, the Wuhan Cup, both of the U.S. teams are losing. They're both very good teams. It looks like in the first quarter, USA 1 just got smoked, 46-7. And they're making a little bit of a comeback. There's still a lot of bridge to be played. These are 8 segments over 2 days. And USA 2 had a good third quarter or third segment, third of 8, to bring that back to 14. Denmark and China are close. Poland has a little lead over Hong Kong. And then in the women's, this is the only one where both U.S. teams didn't qualify. So Netherlands up. Turkey and France are very close. The U.S. team had a pretty good third quarter to come back and make it a little closer, and Denmark is up. So that's where things stand after 3 quarters, and we're going to watch fourth quarter, or I keep saying quarters, but segments. So we'll see what's happening on BBO and what our options are. So this match is Italy and Belgium in the Bermuda Bowl. And this match is going to be USA 2 in the seniors. And this one is the US team in the mixed. So I have a preference for U.S. teams because, that's what our audience here is and what we tend to like. And, the senior team is just like destroying the Netherlands. So I'm more inclined to watch this mixed match. And, we've got Joe Grew and Sandra Rimstad, who are great players. They're not a regular partnership. They both live in New York. Both friends of mine. And, this is a much closer match. Italy has the lead, but, the U.S. is probably still the favorite. Honestly, I don't know most of these international teams other than the Open. We don't see them all a lot in the States. and so I'm just not as familiar with them. Um, so yeah, I don't know this lineup. Um, Leonardo Chima, Barbara Desi. Yeah, I don't really know them. Um, all right, so let's see. They're in 2-no Trump here. And what's going to happen? Well, any finesse they take is going to work. It's a very friendly hand. Um, so they can get 5 heart tricks, and or they can get 4 diamond tricks. I mean, they're in the dummy. I would think they're going to run the jack of hearts. And Sandra's probably covering this. I didn't see the auction. They did open a heart. But she can see this is not going to be good for her. Interesting. Ace of diamonds. Oh, now that they've got 3 heart tricks, 3 club trick or 3 diamond tricks is enough. I'm not sure why they played the 8 rather than the 10. So if they get 3 hearts, 3 diamonds, they already have a spade, and the ace of clubs gets them up to 8 tricks. So that 1 heart trick was all they need. Oh, but a mistake. Right? Now, Joe's going to take 2 spades and the king of diamonds. So I'm not sure what happened there with the 8 of diamonds. Maybe that was just a mistake. Right? Because they played the 10 of diamonds and unblock, they had it made. It's always interesting to me when these really good players stop and think in a position that seems automatic to me. Like, okay, what? Oh, there must have been a mistake with the view graph. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. So we're not going to worry about that. Seems like a normalish result. I mean, with everything working, they could make 3-no Trump, so it could be a pickup uh, for the U.S. team. I think I can go to the other table. Let me just see. And they are in 3-no Trump. So it looks like this is going to be a pickup. They kind of can't go wrong with the queen third of hearts on side. So it looks like 10 imps or so. Not 10 imps. 120 to 8 imps, 9 imps, whatever it is. All right, a spade, 2 clubs, game forcing, 2 hearts, 3 spades. That's interesting. I play 3 spades as a splinter in support of hearts, but a lot of people play it as just I'm setting spades, and for whatever reason, I don't want you to pattern out. Like usually, if responder bid 2 spades over 2 hearts, opener would pattern out. So I'm not sure entirely what their agreement there is. So let's see what we've got here. You got the queen of spades to deal with. You got the king jack of hearts to deal with. The lead is favorable. And, very likely West is going to play the king. They might find the 9, which is the right play here. They might actually find that. They know that their partner led from 5, presumably. Yeah, okay. And so now you have, a 2-way guess in spades, which no real reason to get it right, but he does. Um, and then a two-way finesse, or I mean a double finesse that you can take in hearts, um, but without the entries. Well, I guess he's going to take a diamond finesse next, and when that works, he can take the double finesse in hearts. I think that's what he'll do, but Joe's a creative player, or he's just going to play a heart up. Okay, he can afford two heart losers. So, what are they going to play here? Just get out another club. That's their best play. Maybe they play a heart through the dummy, or I mean a diamond through the dummy, not a heart. A heart makes declares life too easy. But he kind of can't avoid 12 tricks at this point. I mean, I guess he could play a heart to the 10, but I don't think he's going to do that. And I mean, are there any squeeze possibilities that he might play for instead? It would be some sort of show up squeeze with the king of diamonds on side. So, um, yeah, it's interesting when they go into the tank in situations where it just doesn't matter. And they don't know that it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. Um, but, that's easy for us to see. And these things can just become really boring. Um, oh, we got a pickup at the other table. So let's see. Does this actually work? Will it show me? Yep. Oh, they made 430. Oh, we got to play here. Club. Okay. And he can play hearts or diamonds. It doesn't matter. But it seems like time for a diamond finesse. All right, and now probably Queen of Hearts, and when the 10 shows up. Because if the hearts aren't splitting, uh, oh, I didn't even notice that they played the King of Clubs on the previous trick. Oh, so the Jack is set up. I'm surprised he took the diamond finesse then. I would think you would test the hearts. How do you only get 11 tricks? Huh. All of the view graph for the play is still done by hand. The bidding is being done electronically, but on BBO they might still have to put it in by hand. I'm not sure because it's done on the LoveBridge software. So some of the view graph is on LoveBridge, some is on BBO. They're using the LoveBridge software with tablets for the auction, but they're still playing the handout with cards. And that means there's an operator there, clicking through what they see happen, and sometimes that's not entirely accurate. All right, so this hand, this is just kind of like a preempting style thing. But I would think if you have a 2-diamond weak 2 bid available, most people would do it. Interesting, Joe didn't. So I'm not sure if that means they play 2 diamonds something else, or he thought his hand was too good. I can check that. Yeah, and so with partner past hand, Sandra can just pass a diamond. Um, Redouble is just I have a pretty good hand in context, but I think he's going to compete to three diamonds. Like when you pass this one diamond bid, you have three of them almost always. Occasionally four, but when you open a club, you don't have four diamonds very often. But he knows they have nine diamonds. That seems like where they belong. Um, yeah, West couldn't double the first time with a doubleton heart, but 13 points. They took a risk. I don't know that I would do that, right? I mean, they almost landed in a bad heart contract. So, the lead sets up a second heart, but you have two spades, two clubs, and a heart that are going to be pretty hard to avoid. Now, the defense doesn't know this, but all Joe can do here is knock out the ace king of spades and hope something good happens. But that seems unlikely. I'm expecting him to draw the last trump and play a spade to the 10. Queen of spades, interesting. And now, right, a club shift, and I kind of can't go wrong here. Thanks to everybody who's watching and saying hi in the chat. I appreciate it. This is the second one of these that I've done. I did it with Greg on Sunday. I'm trying to get Greg to do some more with me, but he has a job. Boring. This is my job, so my life's better than Greg's. Oh, hi, Babs. Glad you're here. You can always catch these replays on YouTube or Twitch, but those of you who can watch live, that's fantastic. So, yeah, he's down one. Hart, how is Hearts going to play for them? I mean, East West did well here to push them up. It turns out clubs is their better spot, but East West can make a bunch of tricks there, can't they? Right? They're losing like a diamond, a spade. Even in hearts, they're just losing two hearts. So it should be a pickup, but who knows? Well, I mean, the north hand is very likely to open two diamonds at the other table and play three diamonds anyway. So, interesting pass by East. I think a lot of people would open two spades. It's only a 5-card suit, but you're white against red. You have really good spades. You're 5-4-3-1. So here we get a diamond, a spade, two clubs. And Joe's probably bidding 3-no trump. He might invite. He starts with fourth suit forcing. Usually in fourth suit forcing auctions, I play that raising the fourth suit is just a punt. But when that suit is hearts, you really do want to be able to find a heart fit. North could easily have four hearts and five spades, unless you're playing like reverse Flannery or something like that, which they might be. I'll try to take a look at their convention card here. But how is 3-no going to play? It's not going to be great, but the diamond finesse is on. So right? They're going to play the spade, and if West gets in, the defense can take, 5 spade tricks. But remember, North did bid a spade. So they're not, East is not going to be like ace, king, queen of spades, hope the jack falls. Most people play the king of spades. The king lead is a power lead. So it says unblock if you have an honor, right? Play the jack if you have it. Otherwise, give me count. And so now East knows that the spades are 5-4-4-0, which he probably kind of thought before, but, Joe could have jack fifth. And so now the goal is just get partner in. If West can get on lead, they can put a spade through and set the contract. So declarer can take 4 clubs, and with the hearts, the hearts are 3-3 and the jack is on side. So however you were to play the hearts, you're getting 4 tricks. And then you don't even need the diamond finesse. Alternatively, you could take the diamond finesse, and when it wins, you don't need the heart. Now, they shifted to hearts. They had to kind of guess what to shift to. Right? And now Joe can actually take the diamond finesse for an over trick because it's free. It's into the safe hand. If it loses, all they can take is ace, king, queen of spades, and the king of diamonds. Yeah. And along the way, right, he can play off all of these winners. Right, he throws the diamond here. And now he knows East's hand. Right? East has 5 spades left. And so, or 4 spades left, right? So this diamond finesse is like 100%. Well, that's true. Not true. He doesn't know that. He didn't know that there were 5 of them over there. But it seems like it was safe to take that finesse. All right, they can't have enough. Well, it wasn't, right? Because he had to pitch his spades down. So if it had lost, they could have taken ace queen and run all the spades. So it would have been safe if he had done it earlier, interestingly enough, while he was able to hold on to the spade guard. So he could have gotten one more there. So flat 11, aceless. But this is what people are opening these days. It's just a style thing. It's not good or bad. But, people seem to have come around to the conclusion that getting in early, especially when you're not vulnerable, especially white against red, is just advantageous. Getting in early, and so the 3 club bid is probably a mixed raise. Not purely destructive, really weak, but showing a little something. That's the modern trend for sure. And let's see, we've got ace, king of hearts, and the ace of spades, for sure. We can unblock the diamonds, pitch something on the ace of diamonds. Turns out we don't have to rough the 4th diamond because the jack falls. Now the queen 10 of hearts are set up. But if you pitch here, right, East is roughing. But, now you're, they probably thought that the spade was offside anyway. It certainly could have been. So now it's just about the club suit. Yeah, and that nine of clubs was going to turn into a card. Um, right, even if he roughs with the 10 there, that nine becomes an important card. So with the ace queen tight on, so yeah, they can just play another heart and promote the nine. You're absolutely right. Um, who is that? BT4S on Twitch. I don't know who you are, but thank you for being here. Um, I don't. I'm still kind of new to this Twitch thing. I like it a lot, but I'm learning who all the folks are. Right. So another heart's going to come through, but he's not going to play the king, so he kind of can't get this wrong. Sandra's playing this. That's right. Sorry. Uh, Joe had the long clubs, but Sandra opened a club. So, um, yep. And that's that. Claim down one. Oh, that's Sean. Hello, Sean. I don't know why the claim is taking a while, but so the opponents have 2 7-card fits in the majors. They're not really taking anything. So we kind of preempted them out of nothing. That happens sometimes, right? When we have an 8-card fit, they have an 8-card fit unless they have 7, 7, 7 in the other 3 suits, which happened to be what the situation was on this one. So, all right. 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. So a club. Interesting whether to bid with the east hand. A lot of people bid a diamond. Some might bid 2 diamonds. All right, here comes a spade, which only shows 4. Now you might get some sort of heart bid here that's based on the diamond fit. It's not really strong enough for a 3 heart fit showing jump. But if you're gonna bid 3 diamonds as a preemptive raise, you might bid 2 hearts along the way. Try to find a heart fit, right? Because if you have a double fit, if partner has King Jack 4 of hearts, you could have a game, right? If partner has 4 hearts and a singleton in spades or clubs. So if you're going to raise to 3 diamonds anyway, there's something to be said for 2 hearts. Now the hand is pretty weak, and that's aiming at a pretty narrow target. So I'm inclined to bid 3 diamonds. You also have 3 clubs available to jump Q bid as a mixed raise, but the hand's not strong enough. I got a question about a Snapdragon double. That's interesting. Usually that Snapdragon double, which shows 5 cards in the unbid suit, but it just shows tolerance for partner's suit, not 4 of them. So, I mean, that's what they chose. That's interesting. That was a good idea. And then the redouble here is support redouble. So that shows 4 spades. And 3 spades, sorry. Shows 3 spades. And so they're going to get to 4 spades. How is 4 spades? The ace of hearts is on side. So you're losing 2 diamonds and a heart. And you can pitch your other heart on the clubs. And so this looks fairly cold. So a Snapdragon double is an interesting solution to the problem that you want to get the hearts in, but 2 hearts, 3 hearts, both oversell the hand. The Snapdragon double undersells the diamond support, but you can always, just keep bidding diamonds later. So I like that idea, Babs. Um, yeah. Yeah. And, it seems likely that the ace of hearts is on side from the Snapdragon double. Um, if it's not, the defense would still need to get West on lead to put a heart through, because you do have two pitches coming in clubs. So even if East had the ace of hearts, unless West had one of the diamond honors, they would need a heart lead on the get-go. So this looks like it's making and not going to be that interesting. Let me look here. USA got two imps here on this board where we played three diamonds and it got doubled at the other table. That's a hungry double. Usually at imps, doubling to turn 50 into 100 is not the greatest idea. Yeah. So the only worry for Declarer here is that it's going ace of hearts, heart rough. But if that's the case, there's nothing you can do. So I guess the only other worry is like a 5-0 trump split. But if East has 5 of them, you can still pick that up because of the 9. So I'm trying to find interesting things to say about this hand, but it's very boring. They do need to take the ace of hearts here, or they're not going to get it. That's the other thing. They're looking at the good clubs in the dummy. They don't know that Declarer has ace king jack, but Declarer has to have something, and they don't seem to have anything in diamonds or hearts. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point that with 6 hearts, probably they would have bid them rather than double. But, 2 hearts does show some values. So, yep. And so they didn't get the heart trick because they didn't take it. And that's an over trick. And, it imps 650 versus 620 isn't like the end of the world, but these things do add up. So it is a mistake. Not the most costly mistake, but you'd rather be 620 than 650. In these long matches, it tends to be less important than like the 8-10 board matches in a Swiss or the round robin. Where an imp here, an imp there, you win by 12 instead of 10, right? That has the margin matters a lot more. All right, so 2-no trump. Saunders bidding Stamen, planning on using Smolin if Joe doesn't show a major. But here, he's going to show his spades. They're going to end up in spades. And normal-looking lead directing double. And so Joe's going to pass here, saying, I don't have a club stopper. That's a pretty standard agreement at the expert level. Answering is just normal, and it shows a club stopper. Passing doesn't say anything about your majors. It's just, I don't have a club stopper. And, that can obviously keep you out of a silly 3-no trump when, like this one, right? You wouldn't want to play 3-no trump on these cards off the first 5 tricks in clubs. So I'm not sure what's taking so long. Interesting. All right. Well, I love it when I'm wrong. It does happen. 3-no trump. Huh. What do we think 3-no trump is? I mean, obviously it's a club raise. Um, maybe he's like suggesting 5 clubs, but with a little defense. I mean, how is 5 clubs as a sacrifice? Um, yeah, it could be minors. I mean, yeah, maybe it's clubs with diamonds on the side. Help partner know whether to sacrifice. That's a good idea. That might be what he means. Um, I mean, you've got 3 hearts, a spade, and a diamond. Is you're like immediate losers. So that's down 3, which is 500. And if they lead trumps, you can only ruff 2 spades. So you're going to have to try to set the diamonds up, which isn't really going to work. So I think you're very likely to go for 800. Did I say that right? 1, 3, 5. I think it'll be 800 if the defense leads trumps, which it rates to. How are we going to do in spades? So we've obviously got the 2 losers off the top. And then we have to deal with the spade suit, which we're very likely to get wrong. Knowing about the long clubs, the more likely 4-1 is with East. Um, and so, ace king, and then, you can finesse if East has jack fourth. Right. So they're probably losing 2 clubs and a spade. And then with the diamond offside, the hearts are 3-3, so you can pitch 1 diamond, but that doesn't do you any good. So maybe the diamond switch, and like if that's a singleton, maybe that helps him pick it up. Joe's playing this, right? I mean, Joe's phenomenal. So, that's all he's thinking about on this hand is how to play this spade suit. The rest of the hand is fairly trivial. He got it right. Wow. So now he's going to, pick up the trumps. And that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gets him up to 9 tricks. And then he needs either the hearts to split or the diamond finesse. He'll test the hearts first. I wonder why he got it right. You know what I bet it was? I bet it was East thinking about sacrificing. And if 3-no trump did show the minors, right, they're the one who's likely to be short in spades. That's a reason to bid 4 clubs, Babs, rather than 3-no trump. That you do squeal a little bit more about the shape of the hand, the distribution, and I think that's how Joe got it right. That why is he thinking about sacrificing the singleton spade? Is why. Yep, and so now he's just done. He's going to claim. Well, very well done by Joe. I'm still surprised that he bid 3 spades. I mean, it's possible they invert the meanings, or they just haven't talked about it over 2-no trump Stamen, which would be kind of weird. Or maybe he just decided he wasn't playing 3-no trump, and even if Sandra's major was hearts, he was just going to play in a 4-3 fit. I don't know. We'll have to ask him. All right, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So it's going to go pass, pass, and then West has a pretty good hand. So probably a no trump. I doubt Joe will bid. Um, 5, 4, 3, 1, but with both minors, the upside is just not great. He would probably have to bid 2 no trump, and now he's going to the 3 level with no fit guaranteed. So East will probably just use Stamen. They're using puppet Stamen. So a lot of pairs, including me and Greg, are using 2 no trump puppet Stamen rather than 3 clubs. It's interesting on this hand because it's only a 9 count and a very quacky 9 count. And so 3 clubs says, I don't have a major, a 5 card major, and then they can look for a 4-4 fit. So Puppet Stamen is particularly useful when you're 4-3 in the majors because you can find either the 4-4 or the 5-3 fit. But it's game forcing. I admit that I would not do it with this hand. And let's see how this is. We've got 2 major suit aces to lose. We have to deal with the king of clubs and the king of diamonds. But with North on lead, right, he can't afford to lead anything. He can't afford to lead either minor. He knows his partner has very little. And they're getting a bad split. So a singleton trump is not an attractive lead, but it seemed better than all of the other alternatives. So let's see. Declare can knock out the ace of hearts. And the hearts are splitting, so they could potentially throw the 10 of clubs on the 4th heart. They need to take a diamond finesse pretty early in the hand. 10 of diamonds, that's interesting. I need to look up what they're playing. Because I do have access to that. Systems information. This is called the Wuhan Cup. USA 2. Grimstedt grew. Look at that. So what does this say? Takeout doubles. What was I looking at? Oh, so they are playing 2 diamonds multi, 1 major. So that's why he didn't open 2 diamonds on that hand. And what was I looking at here? Oh, I was looking at their carding. So trump suit preference, low is encouraging. Discarding, low is encouraging. So, the 10 of diamonds is a false card. He's trying to talk Declarer into a diamond finesse. So Sandra's thinking about what to do here. Like, if she takes the ace of spades, what's her next play? She could put a diamond through. But Joe just kind of said not to do that. If she believes the 10 of diamonds, she's putting Declarer on ace, king, queen of diamonds. And so she's trying to figure out, like, what Joe's hand is. Right? If Declarer has ace, king, queen of diamonds, and we know that they had, what did they have? King, queen of spades. That's 14 points right there. So, they could have just the Jack of Clubs as their only other card, or the Queen of Clubs, or the King of Clubs, King of Hearts. That gets them up to 17. That's assuming 15 to 17. I'm not sure what their no trump range is. She can also like win and draw another round of trumps, and Declare can finesse that. She's only getting the one trick, the one spade trick. What we really need is a club through. I don't think it needs a club through, but that's what Joe's hoping for, and I think that's why he discouraged in diamonds. Is he wants a club through? He can get the diamond later. So, right, the idea is if the club is set up when Declarer takes the diamond finesse, we get a club, a diamond, a heart, a spade. So she put the diamond through. That's fine. He's going to get out a diamond. And now it sets up the Jack of Diamonds, but that doesn't accomplish a lot. Right? It's not like there's a good pitch. And if they try to play the Jack of Diamonds, Sandra's out, and she can ruff. If Declare tries to ruff the 5 of diamonds, then that's going to set up Sandra's 10. Right? Yeah, so here he's going to play another diamond. And Declare has no great remedy to that. Do they? I don't think so. Oh, he's just playing a heart. Okay. It doesn't really matter at this point. Right, Declare just has a diamond loser and a club loser. They've already lost 3 tricks. They can pitch one of them on the 3rd heart, but they just kind of have no remedy for the other one. Their best bet at this point is that Sandra has 4 hearts, and then they can play Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts throwing a club. And then try to cross. Or would that get them enough tricks? They would need the Jack of Diamonds to cash as well. So I don't think they can make it at this point. I don't think they ever could have made it. Right? If they play the Jack of Diamonds, it's going to go rough over rough. And then they can draw her last trump, and there'll still be a trump in the dummy. And even with the hearts splitting, but they still have a club and a diamond loser, and they can only throw one of them. So I think they're going to come around to either trying to cash the Queen of Hearts or the Jack of Diamonds. I think they need both of those to cash to have a chance here. So the 10 means that they could overtake, but they don't really want to. They want to see if the Jack of Diamonds is cashing. I mean, they did see Sandra play high-low in diamonds, so I don't think they think it's cashing. So if they draw trumps, they just have a loser. but I don't see anything better. She's trying. She's thinking. Right? Uh, oh, is Joe going to get squeezed here? He is. Wow, I didn't see that. But yeah, he has to. He's squeezed. How did I not see that? Adam's not perfect. And the fact that he's taking a while here suggests that the Claridge is getting this right. Yeah, so they needed Joe to have the two remaining. Yeah, okay, well done. They did very well there. Better than I thought they were going to be able to do. Love being not perfect. All right, 10 count passes. 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 19, 20. That looks normal. Stamen and 3 no Trump. And we've got 4 heart tricks, 3 clubs is 7, ace of diamonds is 8. I need to go to Twitch and ban this person. I don't like that. Please don't be mean and get into my chat here. If you don't belong, if you're just going to spam me. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, I forgot that it's in the same window, so you're all seeing me do that. I apologize. Um, all right, where did we end up? We're in 3 no Trump. Interesting lead, 2 of diamonds. I mean, 3 clubs, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts. So it looks like they're playing puppet, and maybe 3 diamonds is I have a major, 3 hearts is it spades, 3 no, it's not. And so that's why Joe didn't lead a major. But the diamond lead didn't work out super well. Right? Because Sandra's like, well, partner led low. I'm going to keep going. I mean, I guess it was fine. We got our 2 tricks. And so now we had declare a little bit. I mean, let's see. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7 to go with the one they've taken is 8. And now they need to either find the trick in spades or clubs. So there's a few options here. I mean, obviously, you can just try to find the jack of clubs. And you can play for the split, and you can finesse either way. you can also play on spades, and I mean, a simple option is just low to the king and hope the ace is onside. But there's also, because of the 9-8, there's a double finesse. Um, so if they lead it's a mixed event, and I believe this is the female player of this partnership, Barbara. If she leads the jack of spades, right, it's going to go king, ace. They can take their diamond, but then she also loses to the 10, right? She can't afford two spade losers. So she just has to try to guess the clubs. And so now that didn't work, she just has to play the hearts and hope that Joe has the ace of spades and doesn't have the last diamond, which doesn't seem very likely. So this looks like it's just down one. But I said that on the last hand and they made it. So don't trust me. What do I know? But I mean, South's last three cards are all winners. And she gets to win the last one with the 7 of diamonds, which means Joe owes her a beer. So, I mean, Declare needed to get the clubs right, low to the 9, and there's just no reason to do that. Even if they do that, like, to do it, they have to use the Queen of Hearts entry to get over, and then they can't get back to the good fourth club. So, I don't think they had any chance. All right, so they're going to open a club, presumably. And Joe might preempt, depending on what their two diamond bid means, right? Some people play it as Michael's or something like that. It's not going to go great if he does bid diamonds. Like East would trap pass, and that could be bloody. If I had a natural two diamonds, I would do it. Greg and I play that as Michael's because we play two clubs as natural. So, assuming that I didn't forget it, which I have forgotten that in the past for sure. One diamond. Wow. All right. So even there, we get the trap pass. Reopening double for sure. Pass. Now Sandra's going to run, right? Redouble here is SOS. I do not want to play one diamond doubled. Presumably Joe's going to bid one heart. And now East West has to decide, are we going to penalize one heart or are we going to go for our game? Because 3-no trump is pretty easy. Right? You have 5 clubs. If you take the diamond finesse, that's 8. 3 tricks in the majors. So how is this going to... I mean, they have no tricks. All right, this is going to be pretty bad. The ace of clubs is on side, so if he leads up to that, he can get a club trick. Right? Trump leads against doubled part scores. Such a good idea. They work so often. So here he's got to take the king. Fortunately, they're 3-3. Um, he's probably going to lead a spade at this point. Oh, 10 of diamonds. That's interesting. Oh, he's trying for diamond ruffs. Um, but now queen of hearts. And, he's only ever getting, he's probably getting two more tricks. Hard to imagine too much more than that. So that would get him three tricks. That's down four. 1, 3, 5, 8 against their 630 or 660 or whatever they were going to get. So it could be worse, but it's not a great result. I mean, he's glad he didn't bid two diamonds like I would have. Right then he's 1100, which is significantly worse than 800. So what's 800 into, let's say, 660, which is what I think they were going to make? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 660, 760, 140. That's only 4 imps. All things considered, that's not so bad. It doesn't matter much. Well, it actually does, because Joe might not actually get the king of clubs if he can't get to his hand to lead. I mean, I guess eventually the opponents are going to have to play clubs. It seems like he's going to get the king of clubs in the wash. Right? Because they can't just continue spades. That's going to set the dummy up. Right? She has to play clubs at this point. Okay, that's interesting. And she plays the 10 of spades. Wow. Now he gets the king of clubs, the 9 of hearts, and the 9-7 of spades. Well, he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tricks and only goes down 2. That's a huge difference. A mistake. So now if he's taken 1. Yeah, he's only going for 300. So he's going to win 7 instead of losing 4. Interesting. I mean, they can see the spades in the dummy. I don't know why she would set them up. I don't know. All right, we've got 4 more boards to play in this set. All right, they're playing 14. I think they're playing 14 board segments. Maybe they're taking a little break now. Yeah. So that 3 clubs that we played and went down, they just played 1 spade at the other table. So we lost a few there. And can I make this even bigger so you can see it? So it's been a very low scoring set. See, is there chat here? No, okay. I have the chat minimized so that you can see the screen a little better. Let's see what's happening at the other table while we're waiting. So they're on 21. Which one is this? Oh, this is the one for spades. They also got the spades, right? Let's see what the auction was here. They didn't make the lead directing double. That's interesting. Four spades. But they still got the spades right, which was the only interesting thing on the hand, was getting the spades right. So that should be a push. All right. Action is back at this table. Pass a diamond, pass a spade. Joe can't help himself and bids two clubs. I don't know about that. He's much better than I am. We're just kind of getting in the way at this point. It's lead directing. He wants a club, but like if they play in spades, he's going to be on lead himself. But we certainly are getting in the way here. Interesting that over two clubs, East didn't bid two diamonds. Like they do have six decent ones. You want to be competing here, but the singleton spade probably slowed them down. Yeah, now West. I mean, this auction has gotten difficult for East West. What do you do over three clubs? Three spades? I mean, that's a lot on King 10, 8, deuce, deuce, deuce. Do you double with the doubleton diamond and partner didn't bid their diamonds? I think you just pass. Now, East might come in with a double, not double because they don't want partner to bid spades. So I think three diamonds is right. I would have just bid two diamonds over two clubs and tried to make partner's life a little easier. So I would expect Sandra to lead the 8 of clubs. Usually when you've raised partner and don't have an honor, you lead high. Maybe they're playing more second and fourth, and so she's supposed to lead the 6. So that set the queen up. Declare wants to throw a spade or a heart. And so Joe is getting the trumps off the dummy. Right. So ideally, Sandra takes the ace of diamonds. And then it actually doesn't matter that much what she does, because Declare can always throw one of their losers on the queen of clubs. It could be a spade. It could be a heart. But she's thinking it through what she needs to do. She does want to play the ace here, because if she doesn't, Declare can play king of hearts, throw a loser on the queen of clubs, ace of hearts, heart ruff. So the defense here should get ace of diamonds and then two other tricks. Whether it's two hearts or a spade and a heart, doesn't really matter. But yeah, ace of diamonds, and then it does matter what she gets out. Right, if she plays a low spade, Declare can play low and force the ace, and that sets up another pitch for them. If she plays a heart, right, Declare can play low, and I guess that's okay. Right, Joe plays the jack, but Sandra still has the queen 9, so that's okay. she can also just play a club. Um, so she's thinking through here, not just do I take the ace of diamonds, which I think she's going to do, but what do I do next? And that's just good technique that if you're thinking about, if you're like, I'm pretty sure it's right to play the ace, but then what am I going to do next? Before you play the ace, think through what the next play is. And like 95% of the time, you'll be like, okay, I'm going to play the ace and then do whatever I come up with. But sometimes you'll realize, oh, if I play the ace of diamonds, then I'm stuck and I need to whatever, whatever, whatever. If you play the ace of diamonds and then think, you can't undo it. So that's what's going on. That's what she's thinking about. I assume. I can't always get inside of their heads, but yeah, this match has been played at a pretty good pace. I'm not super wild about um, slow play. Those of you who have watched my commentary before know that. Um, every now and then you get to a tough position and you have to think through what to do. Um, I think she's just going to get out the club here. The eight of diamonds, like in theory, should be some sort of suit preference, but um, it's going to be hard to read from 8-9. But it's interesting. This is what frustrates me: is thinking all that time and then playing the thing and then thinking again. Like, it's not like the eight of diamonds is giving her enough information to change her mind about what she had decided to do. So, right, it turns out a spade is fatal, and a club and a heart is. Oh, what happened? We should win 1, 2, 3, 4. How did they make it? She must have played a spade, or maybe I'm missing something. Could there have been a squeeze? I don't think so. Huh. Frustrating when that happens and you don't get to see how it played out. So another puppet Stamen. And again, the 2-no trump puppet Stamen. There's a few benefits of 2-no trump puppet Stamen rather than the more traditional 3 clubs. One of them is that you just get a little extra room. Right? 3 clubs says I don't have one, and then you have 3 hearts, 3 spades, and 3 diamonds to use for various, however you want to play it. Some people play transfer to your 4-card major. Some you bid the other major, and then you have 3 diamonds available for something else. Right? Greg and I use the 3 diamonds for the tricky hands that have a 5-card major and a 3-card major. Those can be hard to sort out and make sure you find your fit either way. The other advantage is you don't give them the lead directing double that 3 clubs does. The big downside is your transfer to diamonds. You have to use 3 clubs, and you don't have that in-between step. But we find that that's a fair trade-off. All right, let's look at this contract. They're in 3-no trump, and Sandra led away from the jack of clubs, which solved a guess for declarer. So let's see. They have 4 spades and 2 hearts. And they can set up a couple of diamonds. One diamond for sure. And a club. So 4, 5, 6. They've taken a club. They get a second club. Right? If a club comes through now, Declare has to guess. But Sandra did lead a low club, so I think they're going to get it right. And then they have to guess how to play the diamonds. Right? The winning play now is a low diamond. Don't know that they're going to find that. Jack of Hearts, interesting. So Joe knows that Sandra has heart length. Sandra now knows Declare started with Ace King Doubleton. So she can just lead a heart and set up her hearts. Now, she doesn't have an entry unless somehow she gets the Jack of Clubs, but Declare doesn't know that. But, the spades are high and the Queen of Diamonds is high. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They just have 9 tricks at this point. All right, they're seeing if the diamonds split. They don't. With the Jack of Clubs falling, they're going to end up with 10 tricks. There's kind of nothing they can do about it. So he's probably saying, is the Jack of Clubs falling? Yes, it is. Okay, claiming 10 tricks. Not sure what's taking so long. But, yeah, okay. All right, 2 more boards here. Some would preempt with the south hand. I would. All right, I'd open 2 hearts. They play multi. I don't know what their 2 heart opening is. It's probably hearts and another suit, 5 hearts and a 4 card minor. Yeah, that seems perfect for this. 2 no's probably like a good raise. It might even say here. Let's see. 2 no asks. So she probably has a way to show like a minimum with clubs. But East is getting in there with their spades. This 2 no bid like can actually be looking for a game, but sometimes it's also just like messing around, which is kind of what Joe has here. Like opposite a weak hand. I mean, I guess if she had diamonds, you could have a game with a double fit. But often this 2 no trump bid is just kind of a psych. So is Joe going to bid 5 hearts? It seems fairly likely. How is 5 hearts? No spades, 1 heart, 1 diamond, 3 clubs. So down 3, 500 into their, what are they losing? We have to lead a diamond. And then we get 2 diamonds, a heart, and a spade. So I think we can set it on a diamond lead. No, maybe not, because he diamond duck. Yeah, it doesn't work, because diamond just Declare just ducks. Joe wins the king, but he can't continue diamonds. So he has to play a heart and another diamond through, but now they just win the ace, throw the third diamond on the king of hearts, and then draw trumps. So it looks like four spades is cold. And five hearts, I think we said is going to be 500. Unless they don't get their clubs, right? If they're able to get two club pitches on the diamonds, which they could if they get the diamonds right? Low to the king, low to the queen, low to the king, low, they take the ace, the queen, the jack falls. But I'm guessing it's going to be 500 into 420. So a couple imps. Probably a spade lead. No, like, real reason to do anything else. Ooh, Italy put a score up on the board. 13 on this one here, where our declarer played it very well at this table to make with that 4-1 split, and Joe got squeezed. Remember that one? He got squeezed in diamonds and clubs at the end. And at the other table, while we're looking here, so they led the same spade, and declarer tested the trumps, right? Got the diamond through, pretty much the same as what happened at our table. Played on hearts, jack, right? Rough over rough. And now I think she needs to play the jack of hearts, draw the last trump. But she drew the trump here, and now the problem is she has no way to get back to her good heart, even when they split. So she went down 2. What happened here? I missed. They let a spade. They took a heart finesse. They found the clubs, and down 2. Right? Hand over at this point. So, again, that's probably 500 into 420. Assuming they get to 4 spades at the other table, which seems like a pretty normal contract with 10 spades. Okay. All right, last board of the set here at this table, and then maybe we'll go over and look at the other table as they finish up. So another style preempt, I would open this 2 hearts, white against red in first seat, but that's not for everybody. Joe will certainly open. And then another style thing, do you double here? It's certainly the most common expert treatment. People just double with this hand. And you're 4-3-3, but you just get your hand off your chest and then you don't take another call. Probably. It's a 13 count. You do have 4 spades. I think it's fine. Now Sandra redoubles. It's their hand. Barbara here is going to bid some number of hearts. 2 hearts seems reasonable. It's got to be preemptive and not showing values, right? You have opening hand, take out double, redouble. Everyone knows that West has nothing. So the only reason to be jumping here is you have a lot of hearts. It's preemptive. So Saunders probably just bidding 3-no trump here. And she has 3 hearts, 2 spades, and 4 clubs when she knocks the ace out. Simple enough. Oh, they're probably leading a heart, but not necessarily. They might say, the Claire's probably got him locked up. I have no entry. Maybe I should try to hit partner, lead a spade, or heck, even a club. They'll partner me to take out double of clubs, so probably not. But, a heart seems normal. And yeah, it's hard to imagine anything other than just knock out the ace of clubs, take your 9 tricks. Queen of clubs ducked. Jack of clubs win. Presumably. Doesn't matter. They probably switch to the queen of spades or a low spade. Like, the hearts don't rate to be doing anything. And ducking, it doesn't matter if he takes the second or third club. It all seems pretty hopeless, but spade seems more promising than hearts. Especially that 9 of hearts lead just doesn't look like partner has anything. So, again, there's just nothing to this hand. So let's switch over to the other table. They're only on board 23, so we've got a few hands to watch here. That'll be fun. All right. Well, this is the one with the trap pass. So this should be a pickup position for the U.S. because they had him for at least 500, if not 800, and let him get out for 300. And 3-no trump is pretty trivial with the East-West hands. So if North doesn't bid, they're just going to be 460. And, we'll win, is that 4 imps? And if North does bid, or especially if they bid 2 diamonds, it could be a bloodbath. Well, let's see how it goes here. They passed. All right. Well, they survived that, and Shan just bids 3-no trump. You do at this table have a pro playing with a sponsor, and that explains bids like 3-no trump. I would bid a diamond, and maybe we have a diamond slam, maybe we belong in club, whatever. But very often, as a pro playing with a player who's not quite as good as you are, you just kind of bid what you think is the best contract and do it from your side. So let's see. Is it worth taking this finesse? Oh, he let a club. Sorry. I thought it was a spade. Yeah, I mean, probably just win the ace of clubs and 10 of clubs and set the clubs up. That's five clubs. Um, oh, they led the three spades. Okay, that makes more sense. Um, right, so now ace of clubs, 10 of clubs. You could finesse here. I mean, it only helps if it's king doubleton. I guess it doesn't hurt. You have so many entries. Um, so, yeah, you know, it's not likely, but if it doesn't cost. So they try a heart. The nine certainly doesn't look like they have the king. So you just take the ace. You still have a stopper. You unblock the ace of clubs. You cross in spades. Um, and North is going to get sort of squeezed. I mean, they're going to have to pitch down. Um, and then they'll just decide whether to take the diamond finesse at the end. All right, so here come the clubs. Not that interesting. Yeah, it doesn't need that jack of spades, that's for sure. Doesn't need the nine of diamonds. I think that's next. All right, so North is probably going to pitch and the next three cards, right? Two clubs and a spade, the 10 of hearts and the 6 and 7 of diamonds, in whatever order they do them. Um, and so, you know, we'll come down to three cards, and Shan will have to decide whether to take the diamond finesse. It doesn't seem worth it. Um, so it'll take 11 tricks, is my guess. Interesting. Doesn't matter. Um, oh, he took them all. Okay. Nine imps. Right? It could have been a few the other way. Um, they could have gotten two more tricks on defense and said 800. So +7 instead of like -4 or something like that. So what's the margin now? 15. Wow, one no trump. So yeah, that's the extent to which these distortions happen. Um, that's a lot. So presumably transfer and then three spades invitational. It's hard to imagine he's going. Right, misfit. He's not just minimum. He doesn't have his bid at all. So they played diamonds at the other table, right? Um, so he's got to try to make this. Let's see. So if he loses a club, two diamonds, and two spades, he's down. That's no good. Um, Jack, low, low, ace, presumably. They might duck. Diamond through, maybe. He's got two spade losers now, though. Unless he can finagle some sort of trump coup or something. I really thought that three diamonds was going down at the other table. So either I missed something or the view graph was off, which does happen sometimes. So it might not be as bad as it looks, but it looks like he's going down two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh, Probably doesn't matter that much what North does here. I mean, even a low club, like he's still getting the king of clubs. Um, he would never play a low club. I would expect a trump or a diamond. He's also not playing declare for this hand at all. Right? King of clubs is fine. Maybe just give declare the club now. Okay, here comes the diamond through. That's fine. Right, cash the ace of diamonds. And they're sitting there with a guaranteed trump trick or two. Right, just give them the club. And now there's nothing left other than king of spades, hope the spades split. Is that true? I mean, you could, yeah. Yeah, you just don't have enough entries to shorten the trumps. So, looks like down two. So, that'll be 9 imps? No, 307 imps. My working knowledge of the imp scale is imperfect. I don't understand why this is taking any time. Often they'll just like, you'll see it sit here for a while and then it just says down two. It doesn't show the rest of the play. Yeah. I don't know if the operator gets behind or, sometimes the player will just say to each other, like, are they splitting? And then claim. So this one was 3 no trump, and he actually has a no trump opening this time. So they use puppet stamen, I believe, at the other table, if I'm remembering correctly. Um, but even if she only invites here, which is kind of the normal thing to do, is just you have a balance 9 count, you invite. He's probably going anyway. Not that his hand is like amazing, but the 10 of diamonds with the jack, the 10-9 of clubs. And also, there's this mentality when you're like, hey, I'm the pro, I have a chance to play it. I got to take my shots when I can. So they also might not lead the heart, knowing that 4 hearts are coming down in dummy. Um, the club lead that Sandra made really did make life easy for Declarer. All right, so they do lead a heart. So I mean that does complicate things. So he's got 4 spades and 2 hearts is 6, and a club he can set up for 7. He has to kind of guess the club suit. Beyond that, I might not make this. I mean, if he goes after diamonds, then, I mean, the problem for the defense is that if North gets in, they can't continue hearts. Um, and if that happens, he's going to get the clubs right, because now he knows he can't afford to lose to South. So he has to play North. He has to, finesse through South. So that would get him a couple club tricks. That might do it. So, yeah, there's a few ways this might play out. I mean, you could just take 4 spade tricks right now, but that really messes with your communication. If you're going to set clubs up, you need a way to get back into your hand. So you might also just play diamonds, which is what they did at the other table. But it was a little easier because they had gotten the club, the ace of clubs. Sorry, Sandra led a club away from the jack, so that solved that a little bit. While we're waiting here, let's see if I can find the results in this match. This is USA 2 in Italy. So I'm just curious who has played so far. So Joan played that one. Joan played that one. And okay. So what I was looking at there is Joan Millens is the sponsor of the team. And in the US, you have to play half of the boards, but in the WBF, I think it's only 2/3 or 1/3. So this is the 3rd set that she has played out of 8. So I believe that she doesn't have to play anymore tomorrow. I could be wrong about that. They might have changed it. But at most, she would have to play 1 tomorrow. So the U.S. is down, but they will have their A lineup in the whole day tomorrow, or at least 3/4 of the time tomorrow. So, the mindset on these professional teams a lot of the time is, as long as we can keep it close while the sponsor is playing, then, we can just win it with our A team in. If we're up with the sponsor playing, fantastic. So he's going to give this a good thought. He's already given it a good thought. Um, so this could be another pickup for Italy if he can't get this. Um, but I think he might. He doesn't know that the hearts are 6-1. Oh, interesting. Is he getting the club right now? Okay. Well, that was good. So now he knocks out the ace of clubs, and the jack is going to fall. So he's going to end up with 3 club tricks to go with 4 spades and 2 hearts. And so he's just up to 9 tricks. He doesn't know it yet. Oh, that's also true. Like, if he plays to the king of clubs and North ducks, he does have to guess the clubs. He has to guess to play the queen next rather than low and play for the ace to be singleton. So, not out of the woods yet by any means. No. There's no way he played the ace of hearts. There's no way. Why would he do that? There we go. That looks more like it. Just seeing if there's any chat here. Sometimes the view graph operator will say something. So it's a good play there to duck, right? It makes him get the club right. So it would have been better if North had gone up with the king of diamonds there, but that's tough. They don't know that their partner's entry is the ace of diamonds. Um, but South is going to knock out the ace of hearts now, presumably. Now, Declare doesn't know what's going on in clubs. But they do suspect that North has the king of diamonds. Um, right? Because South is winning the ace here. And so if they play the heart, even though they don't have an entry, Declare doesn't know that. And so it's often right, usually right, to set your suit up anyway and at least put the pressure on Declarer and scare them, right, that they can't let you in. Um, so, but, it could be right to put a spade through the dummy here. Um, club doesn't look right. Diamond doesn't look right. They do know Declare has 4 spades. So it's hard to imagine doing anything other than a heart. But they're thinking about it. Gabriel Manara and Dario Atanasio. Um, these are not folks who play much in the U.S. as far as I know, and so I don't know them. Doesn't mean they're not good players. Obviously they're on the Italian team. They must be pretty good. Um, this is taking too long. I'm bored. Diamond. Well, that makes life easy. Claim. right? He has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. All right, that's a push. And he can even actually try for an extra trick. No, he's already lost. Uh, no, he's just taking his tricks at this point. I was going to say you can try to get the club right, but um, there's no point. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So that's a push. Well done, Shan. 2 more boards to play, and then the day is over. Not sure what is being thought about here. Okay, push board. All right. So this is the one where East West can make 4 spades, and they took a sacrifice at the other table and went for 500. So this is a plus position for Italy. First, the U.S. has to reach this game, which they really should, right? Joan has a Drury bid, and Shan's going to go, presumably. But, if they get 420, still losing a couple imps. 3, I wonder if they don't play Drury. But he's going, and the diamond lead is best, but if you duck, you're safe. So any other lead makes it very easy. Right? Declare just is losing both major suit aces, and they have 2 diamond losers, but they can throw one on the ace of hearts because the king of hearts because the ace is on side. Now they don't know that. At the other table, Sandra opened 2 hearts, showing hearts in a minor, and so it was clearer what was going on. But there's not a lot of upside in taking the ace here. Like if this is a singleton, you're kind of down anyway. So, all right, he's going to duck it. And now North has no good continuation. All right, the 9, it certainly doesn't look like partner has the jack. So you don't want to continue diamonds. King doubleton of hearts in the dummy, you're not excited about leading that. Probably a club is your best bet. But nothing looks very attractive. Well, it turns out that he can just win this and draw trumps, but he doesn't know where the ace of spades is. And so I think he's going to win this and play a heart because you kind of need the ace of hearts on side to throw the diamond. But if you win this and play trumps and South has the ace of spades, they put another diamond through. Now you lose 2 diamonds and 2 aces. So I would think you win this and play a heart up. But it's always easy looking at all four hands. I mean, but what's the alternative? If you win this and draw trumps, you're going to have to lead up to the heart at some point anyway. So, and it's tough. Like, best case scenario here, you're losing a couple imps because your opponents went for 500. Your teammates, I mean, went for 500. Hmm. I guess he figured maybe he could sneak it through if West had the ace. But now he wins it, draws trump, and I guess plays the heart. Is there anything to stripping the clubs first? Doesn't really help. I don't think. Right, he's already lost two tricks. He has to lose the ace of hearts. So he just kind of needs it on side. I don't. Right, he doesn't have all the tricks but one, so he can't. There can't be a squeeze. Right, he only has 9 tricks right now. So he's just like trying to come up with a way that doesn't require the ace of hearts on side. Um, okay. 2 imps to Italy. So 24 is the current margin with one hand to play here. Right, and this 3-no trump looks totally normal and trivial. Um, right. Probably make the same takeout double. A spade. Interesting. Um, it's again like the mentality of don't make a takeout double and make your weaker partner play it. Just bid a suit. It's not my style, but it's effective uh, pro bridge. Not the way I play pro bridge. I like to let my partner play and learn, but I'm more of a teacher than a hired gun. So, I mean, they're probably just bidding 3-no trump. All right, 2 clubs is fine, right? Um, they both have a spade stopper, but they're both a little worried that their one stopper might not be enough. But presumably he's going to raise to 3 clubs. North is the he, right? Dario. And then I would assume 3-no trump. And they lead a spade, and you knock out the ace of clubs, just like at the other table, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 clubs, 3 hearts, 2 spades. Oh. Not a lot to this one. All right, let's check in with some of the results here and see if any of these have been updated. No fourth quarter, fourth set results there or there or here or here. All right, so they haven't put in any of the results yet, so we can't really see what's going on there. We can go back and look at if anyone else is on ViewGraph. Nope, this is the last table on ViewGraph. So we're not going to bother watching this one. This was pretty boring. So thanks for watching. I'm going to be here for this fourth segment of the day. I'm going to try every day this week. So hopefully we'll have some interesting ones over the course of the week. Yeah, a lot of U.S. teams, all but one of them made the knockout stage. If they advance, if two advance in one of these events, they have to play each other in the semifinals. You can't have an all U.S. final. So we might have a couple U.S. versus U.S. semifinals, which would be fun. Hard to know who to root for there. They're all friends. So thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow.